Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to my first video, and it's titled Passport Bros Are Lying. Here's How Thailand Really Is, Part 1. So, and I just want to say, why am I making this video series? The reason why I'm making this video series is for younger people that are turning 21 for the first time, that's looking to get out there and travel, and they need some useful and reliable and truthful information about going to these countries. I recommend everybody to get a passport and travel the world and see the world out there, meet different cultures, interact with different people, and it helps you grow as a human being. I honestly believe that we are put on this planet, we have free will, and we need to navigate the planet and do it safely though. So passport bros, what are passport bros? Passport bros are a group of guys of color that they travel to different places and they encourage people to get their passport. But here's what I noticed: they're encouraging people to get their passport and say it's better over here. Like, for example, Thailand or Dominican Republic or wherever they're going. They will say, you know, all you got to do, or Brazil. That's another hot spot that they like to go to. I've been there. Been to Brazil, been to Thailand multiple times, and I'm going to tell my stories in these video series. And I even recommended friends to go to Thailand. My ex-girlfriend went there maybe about 3 years ago, and me and her were supposed to go together, but I couldn't make it because I had to work, and our schedules had conflicted, so I couldn't go. But we would have had a really good time if we went there, because it's always nice to travel with somebody. But Thailand is one of those places, I told her exactly what to do when she get there, that she'll meet people, and you'll meet other people, whether it's backpackers, and you'll be able to navigate together, you know, as Farangs. That's what they call us, foreigners, Farangs. And she did. She stayed at the same hotel I stayed at, and she met a married couple from New York. I believe they're from New York, and she happened to, you know, be from New Jersey, but they were from New York, and she hung out with them the whole time, and they had a really good time. Went to Tiger Kingdom. They went to Chiang Mai. They went to Phuket and a few other places. They went to this backpacker row area where they have a lot of like cheap shirts and stuff like that you can buy as a backpacker. So she did all of that, because I did it all as well. And Thailand was the first major trip that I went on in my life, as far as like the plane ride. Prior to that, my longest plane ride was Mexico. You know how you go to Cancun for spring break? That was the longest plane ride I've ever been on. And before that, it was just going back and forth to Daytona Beach for Black Bike Week. So I had got my passport. I was young at the time, because this was in 1998. And a fun fact, in 1998 was the highest for your dollar. I think it was around $58 Thai. You will get 58 baht. That's the Thailand money. It's called Thai baht, but we just say baht. During 98 was the highest. They have the highest in low years, but 1998 was the highest. I believe it was around $58 for every US dollar. And I had saved up my money. I had got my passport. I was nervous as hell because I didn't have anybody to go with the first time. Now, the second time I went, I had a couple coworkers go. But the first time I was like, damn, I'm nervous as hell. You know, I had did my research and things like that. And I had knew somebody that went there, so I knew exactly what to do. And but some of the things that I'm going to tell you in these video series, I had to learn on the fly. But one thing I must say first, always bring your common sense wherever you go in the world. You got to have your common sense and keep your wits about you. Don't get drunk. Don't act belligerent. You know, just be regular and have a good time. And I'm telling you, as long as you respect the terrain you're on, you're going to have a good time. And the people in Thailand will be able to help you. You're going to find someone that'll be like, okay, I know where this is. You just go that way. They'll navigate and show you the area. Thailand is just like anywhere else. You can get in some trouble, especially if you're looking for it. You will find trouble. And, I was kind of reluctant on telling some of my stories from Thailand because I only told people I've only been a couple times. No, I've been more than a couple times. And one of the times I can remember, which I'm going to tell you in my stories in the next episodes, but this is just kind of like an introductory to this channel. I had met some people from England, and we're still friends to this day. And I remember, because I didn't go there with anybody, right? And they were staying in the same hotel I was staying in, but I didn't know that at first. I had met them on, believe it or not, I had met them on Walking Street. I met them on Walking Street because, it's a very notorious area. It's like the red light district. And I met them there, and I was like, I forget. I said to them, where's the best club to go to, out of all of these bars that you see? And they was like, we don't know. This is our first time here. But they were already in Thailand for maybe 5 days before me. And we exchanged numbers, and then we just started kicking it. And we just toured Thailand together. So I was fortunate for that, to meet some good people. But you will meet good people. There's travelers all over the place. But so that's what I would say. You will see a lot of foreigners there, a lot of expats, meaning that people that moved there from the United States. You'll meet a lot of those people. Overall, man, I had a really good time. But this is what I want to say. The reason why I'm making this video series is because the Passport Bros, this whole thing with Passport Bros, I feel like they're giving misinformation, or they're not telling the entire story. So if you're 21 for the first time, and most of us with the information age, we just go on our cell phone. This is one of my cell phones. I'm actually using this cell phone to record, but we get on our cell phones or our computers and look at YouTube videos and do as much research as we can about the country before we get there. And we will look at other people's testimonies from these videos and get an idea on what to expect when you get to the country. But when I was looking at these Passport Bros, what they would say is some of the common talking points are, just come here, it's better than the West. They call it the Matrix. And I was like, wow, they still say that term, the Matrix. The Matrix is not a new term. Back when I first started traveling in 98, and even in the early 2000s, used to always hear that word Matrix. And I remember a brother made a documentary. It was a couple brothers in this documentary talking about Brazil and how, black men are respected and treated over there. And they made a whole documentary. It's really famous. You can actually still find it on YouTube. And they mentioned Matrix. And a lot of people that I was on this message board. It's a very famous message board that was around back in the day, and it's still around. If you know about this message board. Everybody used to always say Matrix. United States is the Matrix. And why do they say that? Because they say that it's hard for a man here. This is turning into a matriarchal society. And these other countries, they're more traditional. They know how to treat a man, especially they know how to treat a black man. The black man is the prize. They treat you like a king. How you're supposed to be treated. That's all far from the truth, man. It is somewhat of the truth, but it's not all the truth. The reason why I say that is because when you go to some of these countries, there's money involved, if you know what I mean. There's a hustle going on. And a major part of certain cities in Thailand is, how can I say this? Because you got to be careful what you say, especially with other countries. I plan on going back. getting physical, as I say, is a major part of their economy. It's not really talked about, but it is. And a lot of tourists go there for the purposes of having a good time, if you know what I mean. So when you're like, for example, you're going down Walking Street. Let's just give Walking Street, for example. Walking Street is it's a street, and it's a somewhat long street, and it got bars on each side, clubs and different things like that. You're going to have people pulling your shirt, trying to get you to come into the bar because they need you to make money. And when you go into these bars, some of these bars, you will find that a young lady might want to sit down with you. And for her to sit down with you, you have to buy her a drink. And you got to keep buying her a drink as long as she's sitting there with you, right? And if you want to take her out of the bar to hang out with her, there's a fee for that. And there's also a fee for her time. Now, I'm saying this in a good way, but it's a fee for her time. And you must know this. The reason why I say you must know this is because if you indulge in that kind of activity, you can't shortchange anybody. So if you guys agree on a certain amount, I'm not talking about the bar fee to cash her out. I'm talking about the other fee for her time, if you know what I mean. Let's just say, if you take her back to your hotel and you don't want to pay, there's going to be problems. And you want to avoid those problems. So you need someone to say, these people are targeting you because of the money you have in your pocket. They know how much the plane ticket costs for you to get there. Okay, they know you have some type of access to some capital and they want it. Okay. And the notion that we're treated like kings over there. You could find nice women all over the world, even in the United States. You're not going to hear that here, me bashing women here in the United States or quote unquote Babylon. You're not going to hear that here. You could find what you're looking for here. Now, there's nothing wrong with going to travel. If you meet somebody nice on your travels, there's nothing wrong with that. And there's also nothing wrong with if you see someone, you want to spend more time with that person, you just met them, and you guys, as adults, you engage in activities as adults. And if it involves a fee, that's up to you. If you want to pay a fee for that type of activity, that's up to you. Nobody can tell you what to do with your money, your hard-earned money that you work for. So you're not going to hear that here. You're not going to hear me talk down at such activities. You're not. Because if you save the money and you see someone you want to have a good time or whatever, whether it's temporary or long-term, and there's a fee involved, that's up to you. You work hard for your money and you can spend your money however you want to spend your money. But what I want to tell you is the important thing is, yeah, they treat you nice. But if you're in certain areas, like the red light districts and stuff like that in certain clubs, there's always money involved. And you always got to expect that. There's always money involved. Don't go over there thinking that you're God's gift and you're the prize. No, there's money involved. There's people out there that survive on that money to take care of their families and different things like that. So you got to know that there's money involved. Because they'll say like, I watch a few videos where this guy was like, he's with this girl, she's featured in all his videos, right? And he was saying how much of a player he is. And the reason why he don't have a bunch of women in his videos is because they just don't want to be on video. But he's with a attractive woman, a beautiful woman on his side in every video. And I don't want you to think that he's a player. No, he's not. The particular person that's featured with him in the videos, 9 times out of 10, he's paying her to be there. Now, what do I mean by that? So let me give you an example. So he meet her, whatever, somewhere in, let's say Pattaya, however they pronounce it. That's a very known area for this type of activity. So let's say you meet someone and at some point there's going to be some type of talk of some type of money for her time. Yeah, a lot of these guys are paying these women for their time to be with them. Okay? It's really like that going over there. It's really like, the activity like that is really happening over there. I don't want these guys, because these guys are coming off like Thailand is the best place for a single man, but what they're not telling you is that they're paying these women to live with them. It's almost like you have someone on salary just to spend time with you. And I'm just keeping it real with the young people that's what's going on over there. So you have to know that before you get there. I don't want you to think if you get there, oh my God, I'm going to get my pick of the litter on the women going to be falling all over me. No, that's not going to happen. Not if in many cases, if this is not happening, no, that's not going to happen. Now, can you go over there and find somebody regular, that is not going to take your money and stuff like that? Yeah, you could find them, but you're going to have to be there for a while. You're probably going to have to live over there. I'm not saying that everybody you meet is going to take you for your money, but you have to be prepared for that to happen, for them to ask for a fee. Or you could have another situation where you're chilling with a young lady for a while and she hits you with a sob story. Hey, I got to go back to my village. I got to provide some money. Can you give me 20,000 baht? Can you do that? Or whatever the case is. Now, there's nothing wrong with, let me just say this. If you like her and you guys are having a really good time, there's nothing wrong with giving her the money. There's nothing wrong with giving her the money, right? But that's your business. If you don't want to give the money, you don't have to. But what I'm telling you is, if she spent a significant amount of time with you, there's going to be some type of money involved. Usually, there's going to be some type of money involved she's going to ask for. So be prepared for that. And be prepared to give something. Be prepared to give something. Don't sit there and say, well, I'm not giving you anything. Just get out of my room. I'm not giving you anything. You're going to run into problems. And this is something that they don't often talk about. They say, oh, this is the best place for a black man to be. Listen, Thailand is a very beautiful place. It really is. There's a lot to learn. You can learn about all the temples and stuff like that. Amazing. But you have to know the rules of engagement when you're there. You have to. And now, like if you're not in the red light district, if you're at regular areas, you at a campus or, I don't know, a bookstore or a library, you probably can meet someone. But let me tell you something. Let me give you some terms. Pros. And what else they call them? Pros, and they call them freelancers. The common term that you're going to hear when you get out there is freelancers. And you're probably going to hear that in some videos that you watch. Freelancers. Freelancers are pros. What does that mean? That's a good way. It's a nice way of saying prostitute. I'm just keeping it real with you. If you hear the term pro, oh, she's a pro or something like that. Know that there might be some money involved. Or it could be a pro that just like you, just want to hang out with you. It don't have to be no freakiness involved. It could, she just be like, she think you cool, just want to hang out. She think you're a cool person. And then that'll be it. You know what I'm saying? Or it could be a situation where you like her, she like you. You know that there might be some capital involved, some money involved, and you negotiate that. You're going to have to, because it don't get to the end and she be like, I need 50,000 baht, and you be like, I ain't got it, and then it's going to be a problem. So make sure you talk to her, because you both adults. So make sure you talk about that before anything. Or it could be a situation where you meet her, she understands English and stuff like that, and you're like, hey, can you take me around the country? Can you be a tour guide? And I want to give you something for your time, for you being a tour guide, take me to the temples and stuff like that. Because if it's your birthday, it's a good thing to go to the temples, you'll learn that. So take me to the temples, take me around, because they know the language. They could take you places that you normally won't go. It's okay to compensate her for her time for that. I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Because you have a local that will be able to show you a lot of things, and you'll learn a lot as well. So it's don't always have to be sex. You know, you can learn a lot. Or you can hire a tour guide before you even get to the country. I could talk about that later on how to do that. You could do that, hire a driver. You could do all that before you get to the country. But if you're the type of guy, let's get into this. You want to go there and have fun. You want to be like Stella and get your groove back. You remember the movie and the books, how Stella got her groove back? Women do it too. Don't let somebody, first of all, you don't need to tell anybody your business. If you're going there like Stella to get your groove back, you don't have to get on the internet and tell everybody. Okay? That's what these passport bros are doing. I understand it because they're making good money off their videos, but they're going to be subject to ridicule. But women do it all the time. Okay? They just ain't going to say it. Go to Jamaica and different places and, you know, like that. Oh yeah, it happens. I've been there. It happens. But if you want to go there and get your groove back, you know, you must wear protection. Young people, trust me. I just saw a video of someone that married somebody from there and contracted the wife. He didn't even know his wife had HIV. He didn't even know until she was on her deathbed. He didn't even know. You don't want to get into that situation. You must wrap it up. If you don't listen to anything else I say in this video, you must wrap it up. Under no circumstances do you free ball or don't wear your raincoat. Because if you don't wear your raincoat or your umbrella, you're going to get rained on. And you don't want to come back to the United States with something that you didn't have before. You could have stayed in the United States for that. Even in the United States, if you're traveling throughout the United States, wrap it up. Don't trust anybody and take anybody's word for it. Or you might say, well, she don't look like she has something. You don't know that. Because let me tell you something that they're not going to tell you. There's a lot of guys that go there and they free ball. They don't wear their raincoat. A lot of them. They roll the dice. A lot of these women in certain areas, they're with multiple men. Multiple. Okay? And a lot of these guys don't like to wear raincoats. Okay? So just know that. Just know that's anywhere you go in the world. It's not just there. You could go to Seattle, Washington. You can go to California. You can go to New York. Wherever you are in the world, wear your raincoat. Okay, especially if you're in a red light district area. Wear your raincoat, man. That's the most important message I want to say. I know some of them do say it, but I want to say that right here. Wear your raincoat. Wear your raincoat. Because you don't want a few minutes of pleasure to be a lifetime of misery. You don't want it. When you go to bars and stuff like that, do not get drunk. Get drunk at your room. You can do your pregame, get your liquor and stuff and your beer, everything you need, and put in your hotel room. And when you come back, then you get drunk all you want to. But you don't want to go out in public, especially if you know you can't hold your liquor. If you can't hold your liquor, you don't want to drink at all because you're in another country. You don't want to piss nobody off. You're just going to be in for a bad time. If you can't hold your liquor, don't drink. But if you can, moderately, within moderation, because you don't want to get drunk and don't know where you at. Next thing you know, you ain't got no money in your pocket. And I've seen it happen. And another thing I want to say is this. If you can't tell by looking at her, keep it moving. Now, what do I mean by that? Thailand is known for having guys that, how can I say this in a good way? They're known for having guys that get dolled up, if you know what I mean. And some of them get dolled up to the point where you almost can't tell. If you kind of like almost can't tell, and because your spidey senses will tell you if you're not drunk. If you're looking, keep it moving. If that's not what you're into. If that's what you're into, then knock yourself out. But if you're not into it and you're in their face and you're touching them, you can't just walk away, because they're going to ask for money for their time. They might not be going back to the room with you, but they're going to ask for money for their time. Even if you don't indulge in it and you're looking and you look closer, like, wait a minute, this is not a woman. Then what's going to happen is you're going to be like, oh, I got to go. No, they're going to grab you, and they're going to want some money for your time, for wasting their time. And you better come out your pocket, or you'll be subject to a fight. And I've seen a guy, out there, he was staying in the same hotel I was staying in. And we were walking down the Walker Street. I wasn't with him, but he was in the hotel. We were talking. He was drunk already. He was drunk. And he didn't know what he was looking at. He didn't know what he was looking at. And he finally realized it and tried to break away. She wanted some money. Like, you're not just breaking away. He didn't want to give her no money. Next thing you know, shirt is bloody. So you don't want to get into that. So first of all, you don't want to get drunk today. You don't want to get hammered to the point where you don't have clear judgment, man. You don't. Not out there. And so keep that in mind. If you at a bar, don't leave your drink unattended. Now, if you got to go to the bathroom, take your beer, your drink with you. If not, finish your drink, then go to the bathroom, order another one. Okay, that goes without saying. I don't care if you're in Mexico or where you at. You could be in the United States. I always believe in that rule. Don't leave your drink unattended. Okay? And another thing is, don't politic with groups. You know what I'm saying? If you meet a bunch of guys out there, you really don't know how they act. It's best to move solo. You hear what I'm saying to you? It's best to move solo. And don't tell all your business. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell people how long you're going to be out there for, because she may ask, well, how long you staying for? Like that. Or she might say, have you been out here before? Just say that you're not new to the game. After you watch some of these videos, you're definitely not going to be new to the game, because you're going to know what's up. But don't act like you're green out there. You get taken advantage of. Especially if they know you green and you don't know what time it is, you could get taken advantage of. I'm not saying it's going to happen to you, but I'm just saying you need to be aware of these rules. Okay? And one thing I could say about the Thai people, they're very close. They're very family orientated. And let's say if you get into it with one of them out there, next thing you know, they all looking. You know what I'm saying? You're a foreigner out there. You're a guest. So who you think they're going to take the side of first? Not you. So you want to go out there and handle yourself with respect, and you're going to get it back, and you're going to have fun. Like I said, when you go into clubs and stuff, just be mindful. If you're in the red light district, you know, there's pay for play out there. So just be mindful of, don't think that you're in a club and they're treating you like a celebrity and you don't think you got to come out of your pocket, because you might have to come out of your pocket. And so just be mindful of that. And I'm just going to close out the video. I'm going to come back with other videos and stuff like that. But I want to say, what's your budget? What do you need? How much money you need? Your budget is however you want to be. It's what type of time you want to have out there. Are you the type that you like shopping in malls? You like going to fine stores? They have all of that out there. Fendi, Gucci, all of that. If that's what you want to do, you need tens of thousands of dollars. But if you want to be on a budget, you can be on a budget and still have a really great time. You don't have to be a baller, all that, because you don't want to flash money either, and you don't want to look flashy. You can have a really good time out there. How much money you need, it just depends. Me personally, after you pay for the most expensive thing is your hotel. Is your plane ticket. That's the most expensive thing that you got to pay. The next thing is your lodging, your hotel. I do recommend staying in a hotel now they have Airbnbs and stuff like that. The reason why I recommend a hotel is because if you bring company back, they want to see ID and they hold the ID. And when your company leaves the next morning, when they take her ID, they usually call your room to make sure you're okay. Okay, so as opposed to Airbnbs. So I recommend if you're new to the game, stay in a hotel. There's a couple of hotels off Beach Road. There's a couple of hotels there if you're staying in Pattaya. If you're staying in Bangkok, I'm going to make a list of hotels especially this one hotel I recommend if you're staying in Bangkok. My ex stayed there. And they have, because when I was there, I ate at the hotel because I was kind of like funny about what I eat. I don't like eating street food because when I did eat street food, my stomach got messed up. So I was having steak and all that stuff, and I even eat at McDonald's. I did stuff like that. I didn't eat no crickets or anything like that. I know some people that did for the experience, but I didn't do it. I did have some noodles and stuff like that. I went to Hooters, different things like that. But the money you need, so your hotel is the most expensive, then your wherever you're gonna stay. You don't have to stay. You can stay in hostels. They got hostels out there you can stay in. I don't like staying in hostels. I'm kind of bougie. I need a nice 4 or 5 star hotel. That's what I like to stay in. So after you pay for your hotel, now you need money in your pocket to have a good time with. You could go there with as little as $1,000 and make it work, depending on how long you stay there for. I would say a good amount. This is just for me. I guess I'll speak for myself. I think a good amount for me is like $4,000 or $5,000. That way I can have money just in case if I got to go to the hospital for whatever reason. I like pre-gaming. I like preparing for unforeseen stuff. And I like to be able to do what I want to do. If I want to go to Chiang Mai, if I want to go to Phuket, I just go. I don't have to worry about, let me count my money. I just want to go. And when you go to different areas, you don't have to stay at like 4 and 5 star. You can stay at areas that are really nice that you only have to pay $30 a night or something like that. So you can like kind of budget it out. So you have more than enough money. And then you're going to have more than enough money to go to the markets and stuff like that and pick up odds and ends for the hotel, snacks and stuff for the hotel, drinks for the hotel. What else? Drinks for the hotel. What else you're going to need? Just food and stuff. You might meet a friend that want to cook for you. You got more than enough money. And then also if she cooked for you, she's showing you around Thailand, you might want to, bless her for a time, give her a little change and bless her for a time. You're going to have money for that too. If you need to hire a driver, you're going to have money for that too. They have an app out there. It's kind of like Uber. You could do that, or you could rent a motorbike. You have enough money to do that. So now here's another thing. How much time do you should spend out there? I think a week is not enough. The reason why I say that, it's going to take you damn 24 hours to get there. When you get there, you might have some jet lag. You're going to be tired. Because what I did was the first day I got out there, I was laying in the hotel. I ate in a hotel. I went to 7-Eleven to get some odds and ends for the hotel. Some snacks and stuff and some drinks. And then I ate at a restaurant in the hotel. And from there, I chilled out, had a cigar out there overlooking the city. And man, I went to bed. I was done. I went to bed and just relaxed. The next day, I hit the ground running. Okay. The next day, I was not trying to stay in the bed. I wanted to get out. And I'm glad I did because I met some people. So you figure you're going to lose a day or two just trying to get out the jet lag. And then you need some time to really see the country out there. It's going to take a while. I'll say 2 weeks or a week and I don't know, a week and 4 days. I would say 2 weeks is good. It's perfect. 3 weeks is even better if you can get it. But you're going to have to budget and make sure you have enough money. you know, to have a really good, see, if I'm staying there for 2 weeks, I want to have enough money where I can have a good time every single day. Okay, I don't want to have to worry about nothing. When I go to the club, I'm stepping. You hear what I'm saying? When I get out there, I'm stepping. You see what I'm saying? I want to have enough money for everything, whatever I want to do. Okay, if I want to take a boat ride, I want to go to the island, I want to go to Chiang Mai, I want to do this. I want to go to a nice restaurant. I want to go to the mall if I want to. I want to make sure I have some money. And then, you know, there's going to be some days where you chill out days, you know, go to the beach and stuff like that, or have a friend that you met cook for you, you know, spend some time with her, chill out, do something like that, or whatever the case is. I want to have money for it. And I want to go there to relax and have a good time. I don't want to have to go there and worry about money. Okay, and I don't want to have to go there and somebody try to swindle me out my money. So you need to have your wits and your common sense, and wrap it up. So I'm gonna end the video like that. And but again, what inspired me is these guys are saying, oh, the women over here is so much better. All you need to come over here, you just need a passport. That's all you need. They're not telling you everything, man. And I feel like some of these guys are just hustling to get money, which I understand because they got to live out there. They need money. But you need to tell the truth as well. And tell all the truth, not half truths. So, pleased to meet you. My name is Maxwell V. Wonder III. No relation to Stevie. I'm in this passport movement now. But I'm the one that's going to be telling you the real deal. Hopefully, I'll be able to get a chance to go out there this year. And when I get out there, I'll be able to put into action what I'm telling you. And I'm going to have a camera. I'm going to have a camera person too. I want to hire a camera person to hold my camera while I vlog and stuff like that, and go around. And so, yeah. So look out for that. I'm not going to announce it though. You're just going to start to see the footage. So I don't want nobody to know when I'm coming. Like, I like to move stealth-like, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm in the area, like you go into certain areas, like the place, Thailand is moderately big, right? But when you're hanging out in certain areas, people will see you. They will see you. It's not hard, especially if you're going to certain touristy spot areas and where most people frequent, and like a lot of these vloggers, you will run into them. But I don't like to, you're not going to know I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't no new jack to it. And even though it's been a while since I've been there, but from looking at the videos and stuff, ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing changed, man. People out there, dude, I can't wait to tell you the other stories. I don't know, some people, even people I know in the United States went there and got the love bug, if you know what I mean. Got the love bug and sending money. Yeah, man. I know somebody right now sending the girl cash apps or whatever he's sending her. And back then they used to do Western Union. But now, you know, you got with these cell phones, they get that money, boom. And a lot of these women, they're making a lot of money off these men. They got multiple boyfriends sending them money. Don't be one of those. Now, if you do want to be one of those, that's up to you, but just know what it is. Just know that she has other boyfriends. Don't be stupid. Use your common sense. Like I said, if I go out there, I'll put it in action for you, just let you know. I'm going to go to all the touristy spots, just like everybody go. And so, yeah. Yeah, nothing has changed. It's just the game is the same, but the players are different. And with technology, that's it. That's it, man. But I'm from the era where, you know, we didn't have technology when we was traveling. We didn't. Or it was just getting really, it's not like the way it is now. But I'll be back. Passport bros be lying, man. But we here to uncover the real truth. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys. But before you go, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also hit the bell notification so you can get updated on my latest content as it drops. If you have any video ideas, feel free to leave a comment below. Take care.